restoring direct federal accountability for immigration detention. Dear members of Congress, I write to you not as an advocate for any political party, but as a citizen concerned with a fundamental principle of constitutional government. One of the most profound powers entrusted to any government is the power to deprive a human being of liberty, whether that person is a citizen, a lawful permanent resident, an asylum seeker, or an undocumented immigrant. Once the federal government places that individual into its custody, it assumes a corresponding duty to safeguard that person's life, health, and basic human dignity. That duty, I believe, is non-delegable. While many government services may appropriately be contracted to private enterprise, the responsibility for the humane care of individuals held in federal custody should never become diffused through successive layers of contracts and subcontractors. Responsibility itself cannot be outsourced. Today, much of our immigration detention system operates through contracts with private entities. Regardless of the quality of any particular facility or contractor, this structure can complicate accountability. As organizational layers increase, so too can uncertainty regarding responsibility, oversight, and decision-making. When serious failures occur, the public is often left asking who was responsible: the contractor, the subcontractor, the medical provider, the facility administrator, or the federal agency itself. Yet the American people do not ultimately hold contractors accountable. They hold the United States government accountable. For that reason, I respectfully ask Congress to consider a gradual transition toward greater direct federal management of immigration detention facilities. Such a transition need not be abrupt. Existing contracts could be allowed to expire over time while the federal government recruits, trains, and deploys its own professional workforce. This phased approach would maintain continuity while restoring a direct chain of responsibility between governmental authority and governmental duty. My proposal is not based upon the assumption that every private contractor has failed, nor upon the belief that direct federal management would eliminate every problem. No organizational model is immune from error. Rather, my proposal rests upon a simple principle. When the federal government exercises its extraordinary authority to deprive a person of liberty, it should also exercise direct responsibility for that person's care. The exercise of governmental power and the acceptance of governmental responsibility should never be separated. The federal government should not merely supervise detention from the sidelines. It should itself stand at the helm of every institution that carries out one of its most serious constitutional responsibilities. I respectfully urge Congress to examine whether our present system best reflects this principle of direct accountability, and whether reforms should be considered that strengthen both public confidence and the humane treatment of every individual in federal custody. Thank you for your service to our nation and for your thoughtful consideration of this proposal.